Al Jazeera Podcasts.
I'm David Enders, and this is The Take. As Israel's war on Gaza continues, we're coming to you on Sundays with a weekly roundup. This week, 242 days into a ceasefire, Israel has killed at least 922 Palestinians in Gaza. Israel announced it would increase its control over Gaza. Israeli troops advanced further into Lebanon than they have in more than 25 years. Iran and the U.S. continued indirect negotiations. Today is Sunday, May 31. Israel has killed more than 72,900 Palestinians in Gaza since October 7, 2023. Israeli attacks in Gaza killed at least 26 Palestinians during the Eid al-Adha holiday, while on Thursday, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said he had ordered the military to increase its control of Gaza's land from 60 to 70%. Al Jazeera's Tareq Azzoum reported on Friday from the site of an Israeli strike on al-Shati refugee camp in Gaza City.
Under the pretext of security, Israel has scaled up its aerial attacks across Gaza, targeting residential homes, makeshift tents, individuals, and security forces. Since the ceasefire was signed, killing more than 900 Palestinians during what was supposed to be a period of calm. Beneath my legs are a three-story building that has been largely destroyed. Civilians are trying to repair what's left of the partially destroyed buildings, and they are also trying to take rubble out of this heavily destroyed site. Militarily, pressure has been ramping up. Remarks made by the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu saying Israel now controls 60% of Gaza, with new directives to push forward to control 70% have been viewed by many Palestinians as a political declaration of the future shape of the territory and signs of a longer-term military presence. Civilians on the ground are still bearing the brunt of this escalation during the time they're supposed to bring for them relief and tranquility.
Sunday, the Israeli military said its troops had moved further into Lebanon than at any other time in more than 25 years, crossing the Litani River and claiming control of a strategic hill overlooking much of the south. A castle known as Chateau Beaufort or Khalat al-Shakif sits atop the hill. Al Jazeera's Obaida Hitto reported from Tyre in South Lebanon on Saturday.
Israeli troops are trying to take the high ground surrounding the city of Nabatea. They're also pushing forward towards the towns of Debin and Ablat with heavy bombardment and airstrikes. They seem to be trying to encircle the city of Nabatea. That's following a blanket evacuation order that was issued for the entire city earlier this week, along with a blanket order for evacuation here in the city of Tyre. All along, they have been carrying out dozens of airstrikes, drone strikes, and artillery strikes throughout the southern sector, declaring the entire southern part of Lebanon a conflict zone, warning anyone that's still here to go north of the Zahrani River, and that's turning into a growing humanitarian crisis with over 1 million people displaced in the country. Now that people have to flee from these areas in the south, it's not clear exactly where they're going to be able to go. Many people who have chosen to stay in the south, for example, here in the city of Tyre, are living in their vehicles and in public parks, while many of them who've reached the capital Beirut are staying in makeshift tents around the capital city.
Despite repeated assertions in the last week by the U.S. that it was close to a deal with Iran, significant disagreements remain. Al Jazeera's Resul Serdar reported from Tehran on Saturday.
Still, there are sticking points, according to the Iranian officials. So the first one is Iranian frozen assets. So Iranians are saying once the deal is announced, its frozen assets must immediately be returned to Iran, while Americans are saying that the return of the frozen assets must be on performance base and gradual. So this is one of the sticking points. And the second sticking point is the reconstruction funds. So Iranians, once they started the negotiations, they were asking for a compensation. However, then they changed the terminology, and now they're calling it a reconstruction fund. and it is about $300 billion. So far, Americans have not shown any commitment to this. This is another point of disagreement. And then it is Iranians are saying that while we are negotiating, there must be a lifting of the sanctions, at least on Iran's oil and petrochemical sectors, and Iran must be able to sell its oil and petrochemicals. But so far, Americans have not been keen to show any commitment to that as well. So these are the main sticking points now, and Iranians are saying that once these are finalized and there is a consensus on that, so there will be an announcement of an agreement simultaneously by both sides.
And that's The Take for Sunday, May 31. Please join us again tomorrow. This episode was produced by me, David Enders. Our sound designer is Alex Roldan. Alexandra Locke is The Take's executive producer.